Welcome to Sage Sisters. We are sisters, besties, moms, and co-founders having a fun catch-up on parenting and life. Hey, I'm Ann.
And I'm Kate. What up, Tan?
How you doing today? How you feeling?
I'm great. Before we get into it, though, I always leave the please leave us a review at the end, and I'm going to try something new today, which is...
Good idea.
We love you guys. Our audience is growing. We're so grateful you're here. And also, please punch some stars for us. It really does help discoverability for other people. So right now, if you've listened to us before, if you like us at all, please give us a quick review. It means an absolute ton. So,
Yeah.
okay.
You can write a little something or you can just click the stars, whatever. But it does help. So I'm glad you shouted that out.
Okay. Now, without further ado, what the hell have you been up to?
Well, I'll tell you what. Our topic today, I'll tease, which is we're about to launch officially our Sage Haven app. We are about to launch the Sage Haven Safer Messaging app, which we'll get into. But what I have been doing this weekend is what I always do when I'm starting to get nerve excited.
Nerve excited. That's Grace has coined this combination of nervous and excited, which I think is Gene. Genius.
Yeah, you
go ahead and say it.
Abbreviated Gene, yes. And we'll not do that again. But I do like nerve excited. I've used it a lot, apparently not correctly. But I was going around cleaning ferociously this weekend, like cleaning baseboards, using the magic eraser came out on the walls and the baseboards. So you know that I'm just like anxious a little bit.
Bloody knuckles from the bleaching?
Not bloody knuckles, actually, but just an aggressive, like, you know, I was on my knees scrubbing and Phil came in and was like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. I saw something on the baseboard and then I was like, I'll just get it. And then I couldn't stop. And it's just it's how I handle anxiousness, I guess.
Well, let's do lows first, because basically that's mine, which is I just put startups are ridiculous. I have a million things to do.
Yeah.
Not just between, now launch, but just like in those early weeks post-launch, there is 1,000,001 tasks. And we have 5 people on our team.
No, I know. It's always like, they're all engineers. I love some of our part-time contractors. They make my life so much easier and I love them. So shout out. I am not saying you, but it does feel like as far as full-time, I'm the marketing person solo. And I used to work for a very large company where I'd be like, let's get that asset going. That looks great. Who's going to do it? And now I'm like, oh no, it's me.
All I do is show you a mirror.
So much.
I show you a mirror.
Yeah, exactly.
It's truly bananas. Someone once told me it's like there are 30 functions at a company. And by the way, engineering would be one. So we have 3 people doing one function and you and I splitting the other 28 functions.
It's so nuts that actually I felt so bad because one of my good friends, Jen, shout out to Jen today. She's been texting like she's a good planner. Hey, do you want to do this with family? Hey, let's get this set. Hey, in September, this, blah, blah, blah. I finally texted her. I was like, I am so sorry. I am so overwhelmed with my schedule right now that it's hard for me to plan to the future because I just feel absolutely like, I don't know. It's like that, like hyperventilation. It's like, I don't know. I can't fit fun in. And I am like, don't get me wrong, but like, it's like, I can't think about planning that fun thing 2 weeks from now, or even this coming weekend, because I'm so overwhelmed with how much we're doing each day. And my list, I'm a list person.
Yeah.
Keeps getting longer, It's not
a short list right now. It's not a short list.
It's not a short list.
But also, I'm also feeling very excited. I mean, the nerves are there. The task list is long. But you and I have been working on this thing for almost 2 years.
No, it's been 2 years. My 2-year anniversary on LinkedIn, when we officially started Sage Haven full time, you and I, was 2 years ago last week.
Oh, well, let's have a little cheers.
I know. We never celebrated it because things are going so nuts. Cheers.
Okay.
Little coffee cheers.
2-year anniversary for you and me. The rest of the team is...
Year and a half.
Like, year and a half. Okay.
We basically, maybe just under a year and a half.
I was going to say, I think they were more like June 1st-y.
May 15th to be exact.
Oh,
but
okay.
Head of HR, of HR, aka myself knows the start dates.
Okay. So we'll have to celebrate them in May. But yeah, you and me, sis.
I
It's
know.
been a good 2 years.
It's been
What's
so
your high
great.
level reflector? Are we getting too far off our high lows? Should we save it?
No, I like it. Let's go into
Okay.
it for a second because my high lows are not this at all. So we can jump back. But
Okay.
basically, my high level is I have never been so in love with work as I am now. Not that
That's
I didn't
cute.
have good work experiences in my past. It's just I've never grown something from scratch, right? And
Yeah.
having you by my side do it, I've learned so much from you. I've learned so much from the team. I'm just like in love with the product we're putting out there because I truly feel like it's going to help. You know, I used to sell alcohol and we would always be like, well, it's not going to, it's not life or death. You didn't get a case of wine. It's not life or death.
Yeah.
In this case, I do feel like we're truly helping people. Like I was
Yeah.
helping people have fun, I guess, but like,
Mm-hmm.
the core of what we're doing makes me so happy. And I'm really proud of what we're putting out. And that is with Sage Parents and the resources, as well as this first tech solution.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you? What's your high level on it?
I feel the same. It's really special. Well, it's really special to do it with you, I will say. My last companies, I had great partners, technical, but it wasn't the same level of like emotional support. It
Yeah.
wasn't the same level of like love and trust at the root. It was like more head, and this one just feels like so heart forward, even
Yeah.
in you and I's dynamic. And that is giving me life.
Yeah.
And then, people are like, oh, are you sick of talking about this? I'm like, I'm really not. Like, I'm really passionate about this topic. And to work on something you're so passionate about is also a gift.
Right. And each time I'm talking about it to somebody or even similar groups of people who've heard me say it for 2 years, I'm learning new things and new challenges that they're dealing with that we can potentially create a solution for if we haven't already. And that is cool. That is really cool to be a part of.
Yeah. So I also just know in my gut I was like born to do this. I know that might sound arrogant, but it's like, when you're like in flow, and I'm sorry for all the sports references, but that's just how I think. But it's like when you're in the game and you're not thinking about much, but just like being in your body and like the next thing you have to do. And there's this like wonderful, I don't love to quote Brene Brown all the time, but she
You have
does.
before. Bring it on.
I don't actually, it's not even her quote. I think it's her favorite quote. And I like have a clip of her saying her favorite quote, but it's basically like, it only matters if you're in the arena. We'll post the quote because I'm butchering it big time. But like, I feel like I'm in the arena right now. Like we're doing the things, we're taking action, we're putting ourselves out there on this podcast and with this product for the whole world to judge.
Right.
But it's like, I'm proud of us. We're doing something. We're trying.
I'm too. I say it with the podcast and social media too, which is a lot of what I'm doing on my side. You kind of are product heavy too. It's like it is out of my comfort zone, not the go to market, not the marketing of it, but just to be a face of something and try to put it out there. It is vulnerable and it is a little like in these early stages, like, we keep saying we keep producing good content for parents, good resources for parents. It just feels right. And that's what brings me back to those fears I have of like, trying to put yourself out there is like, as long as we're doing what we feel is really good and helpful.
Yeah.
It's helping me get out of that fear and just put it out there.
Totally. So I think at a foundational level, I feel amazing.
Yeah.
And on a tactical level, I feel busy.
Yep. Well, my low, so we'll switch because that was your low and we kind of went into the topic a little bit. But my low is that I'm having a hard time balancing on the weekends, I think in this busy stage, trying to get the stuff I need done at home and also playing with the kids.
Yeah.
Like we are pretty busy. So we don't, like we've said, like we have soccer games, we have different things on the weekends, but like Sunday we had nothing. And the kids, all they wanted to do was play. And it's like, we went for a family walk in the morning. We hung out with them for a little bit and like kicked the ball, sat outside for a long time. But then it's like, I had to come in and do the boring stuff, laundry, scrubbing those baseboards. No one was going to scrub those
No one
baseboards
was
without
gonna
me.
scrub them without you. You had to.
Maybe that one was a little bit aggressive, but like, you just have to do life stuff
Listen,
too.
I have learned that you scrubbing baseboards is part of your mental health package, and so it was self-care for you.
Yeah, Phil knows. And what's cute is it's not my high, but it should be. He was like kind of promoting a date night. So last night, at home. So last night we put the kids to bed, we poured a highball, and we watched the last Mission Impossible before the new one that just came out. And so we're going to watch the new one, but it was cute. I think he saw me cleaning baseboards and was like, she might need a little TLC here.
I love that for him and for you. Cute.
Yeah. So.
I think similarly, my high was I put together a great weekend, which involved like Friday and Saturday night on the couch with my family, which is like what I needed,
When
like
you're
I needed
so
cuddles.
busy, that couch is great.
I know.
It really is.
And really, Grace had a soccer practice Friday evening. Can't recommend less. But afterwards, the other family was like, you guys want to go grab dinner? And you want to do this? And I was like, yep. You know what I want to do is I want to go home. Chris made pasta, which is just like cozy.
Gosh. Same. I made the best pasta recipe last night too. I think comfort food.
Comfort food. We watched some Traders as a family and cuddled.
The best. You know what we were giggling about is I came out to our date night. Usually sometimes like we're still wearing like sweatpants or whatever, but I'll try to be cute. I had already washed my face, wet hair, and I had on my like cozy shorts PJs that you just gave back to me, by the way, the Lunia ones.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with. You had them on accident for a while and I just got the set back.
No, you bought those for me and I gave you mine.
Oh, is that what happened? I thought I lost mine. No. I did lose mine.
Well, you lost yours. I gave you mine.
Oh my gosh,
because you gifted that to me.
Yes, I did because it's my favorite, and I couldn't find mine. I thought I left mine there.
It didn't fit well. So, anyways, I gifted them to you. You're welcome.
I'm so sorry. I never said you're welcome. I thought you were just giving them back to me. So amazing. And Phil came out in these horrifyingly thin, but like American flag sweatpants. And it was hilarious because we just looked at each other and we were like, well, is this the best part of like being married and
totally
and comfortable?
Tell me you've been married a decade without telling me you've been married. I love it.
Yeah. Anyways, well,
the Mission Impossible movie sounds fun though. I kind of want to do that.
And we had watched the one from 2023.
Okay.
But I had to go back and check it. Mission Impossible movies are all over the place. Like I needed a refresh. I had forgotten what had happened.
How you talked about like the John Reacher or Jack? Was it Jack and the
Jack Reacher?
Anyways.
You were going to go John Wick, I guess, is what you were
thinking. Oh, maybe that's where my brain went. But I was just thinking Mission Impossible's right in that same slot.
100%. I love it. I absolutely love it. I went
They're
on
so dumb and so great and like never stop making them.
I had a stupid spiel about how I need more skills again. Like while we were watching it, I was like talking to him about how I want to really.
Now that's tell me you had a highball without telling me.
Exactly. Just chit chatting during the movie. He's like, shut up. But like, honestly, it's just the right recipe. A little bit, unrealistic, a little bit, whatever, but they're so good. And Tom Cruise is so good in that role. And so this was part one. So we watched part one to then now part two is out. So we're going to have to rent that for a bargain price of $25, I'm sure, at home.
So bargain.
Yeah.
What a steal.
But great. Well, my high could have been that, but it wasn't. I wanted to shout out Walking with Friends. Is so good. I have, joked about the weighted vest community. I've joined it full. I am a rucker
so
now.
the last podcast you were on the fence, you bought the rucking vest.
Yeah. So within 7 days, I fully committed to be part of the community.
Great.
And I went on my first vest walk with my neighbor, Catherine.
And you guys are all in the vest.
Yeah. She had a vest. I had a vest. And she had said, I've had this vest for a while, but I've been a little embarrassed to walk around in it. I said, let's go. Let's wrap it up. Let's go. So we went.
This bone density isn't going to build itself.
Exactly. And we loved it. It was like we did we saw a couple of vesters. We did the nod.
Mm-hmm.
We nodded as if we'd been a part of the community for a while. Like I fit right in.
Yeah.
And I loved it. But also, I don't go on enough walks with friends because sometimes it's hard to plan. It's so enjoyable. Chit chat, gossip. Like Phil loves a walk with me, but does he always want every little story? No. Like
he wants to walk with you with a podcast in.
That's right. He actually walked with me the other day on a work call. He's like, I'll just go on my work call. I was like, that's not
You're
Okay,
missing my
fine.
vibe, bro.
Yeah, I was like, fine, go walk
Uh-huh.
with me with your headphones in. Fine.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was very enjoyable and it brought me a lot of like just good vibes.
Good.
Yeah.
I agree. I also I went for a hike yesterday with Diana,
Oh my gosh, that's
our
fun.
mutual friend.
Well, we
She
met
said to
her
say
in
hello.
Chicago way back when we talk about the Chicago Skittle sisters when we used to wear bright
Mm-hmm.
colors and show up to all the parties matching.
Yep. She was part of that. So
Yep.
she lives out here. We had a great hike, also known as walking in nature. um,
Did you have vest?
we didn't have vests.
Oh, I mean, okay.
Yeah, you're right. It was a missed
Talk,
opportunity.
yeah. All right.
No, but
Good.
we had brunch and then a
Love a
walk
brunch. Okay.
or a hike. Love it.
Yeah.
It was great. It was good for the soul. I
Love it.
also, my not to bring up my neck again, but ever since we went camping, I basically couldn't look right.
Yeah.
And
How we doing now 2 weeks later?
okay. So yesterday morning I woke up and I was like, golly, if I could steal one of your lines. Golly, my neck still is killing me. And it was impacting my sleep. And I literally was like, that's it. I have to be a high performance person for the next couple weeks. I can't be dealing with this neck. It's been 2 weeks. What the hell's going on? So I book, it's called Jade Spa, but it's like this $1 a minute massage place that you can book day of, which is kind of how I roll.
Yeah. Got
And
to
I
be
didn't have a lot of
immediate.
extra time. So I just did a 30-minute quick fix.
Great.
Booked it, went over there, and this man had my number. It was painful. I could only probably do 30 minutes of pain because I was so naughty. So
he got in there. Yeah.
But this blew me away, Ann. He felt all the neck things. He was, grinding. And I was like, breathing through it.
Yeah, like crying.
And then he gets down to my arm and he feels my arm and he goes, oh, it's your arm. He pointed. You know how I have this tennis elbow injury?
Yeah.
He said, your neck is from your arm. And he started grinding on my forearm, which was excruciatingly painful.
Yeah. Sounds awful, but
and my neck feels better.
I told you, it's the weirdest thing.
I
know all doctors out there are like, no shit. But it's like,
do you know the body is connected?
Yeah, exactly. I'm always so fascinated with the body because I do not know it. It's like, oh my God, that's so cool. He pushed your elbow and your neck got better?
Yeah, he really did.
That's so cool.
And then he goes, Chinese medicine. I go, respect. I'm here for it.
Amazing.
Bruised my forearm pretty badly, but you fixed my neck. So,
well, I've had a little bit of a shoulder thing because I was doing push press the other day. Wonder what I need to push. Is it, last time it was my rib. Maybe it's a knee. I'll just keep pushing around to find where that hot spot is.
Or find someone who knows Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
But he fixed my neck and I was very grateful. That was part of my high.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Look, turn. Look at that. Wow. Look at that range of motion.
He's got so much range. So much range. Look at that clip staying in. I could see your clip on both sides.
And I just showed everyone my gorgeous profile.
I know. We're the best kind of Oh, speaking of which,
okay,
let's move to what's on our mind because we both have
what's
on our mind topics that made me kind of laugh. And yours is specific for our horrifying profile faces.
Have you seen the Skims face wrap is what I'm going to call it?
I did not until you sent it to me, and I'm so in the research phase right now.
Okay. Seamless Sculpt face wrap is the product.
It looked ridiculous.
Honestly, I was mad for society when I saw it.
And you wanted it.
I couldn't even get through the marketing communication. I was like, this is the biggest load of bullshit I've ever seen in my life. They made it with collagen wrap threads. It's like you can drink collagen in your coffee. It doesn't do anything. You think wrapping threads with it is going to fix this?
I like the idea.
Crap.
So to explain what it is, because we'll post a picture of it, obviously.
Basically, if you've had a facelift or any plastic surgery and you walk out post-op with your head wrapped in gauze, that is basically what we're looking at here, but made of the Skims sculpting fabric that you would put on a Spanx. So Spanx
for your face,
head wrapped around your face, looking like a post-op patient.
and they basically are selling this to non-surgery people. It's just like they want you to wear this to get a better jawline. Supposedly, that's what they're trying to sell.
Well, it's a little bit no one knows, which I kind of like. It's like very ambiguous what benefits you're even going to get from wearing this face wrap.
Yeah.
It is, again, it's going to make you, I guess, younger because of the collagen infused threads.
Okay.
It is going to drain your lymphatic.
So into the drainage.
You are?
Well, I don't necessarily.
Do you think it works?
No, I don't know. That's the thing is I'm sure it does a little bit. I don't know if what I'm doing the movement at home is doing anything. I like the idea of it though, just because we've never had a jawline. So I like that little rock tool because it just makes me feel like something's happening. But it's not. I've not changed my look.
And no one seems to know if this is something you're supposed to wear out or not.
I mean, I doubt it. It's like
people are wearing them out. People are wearing them out. I Googled it.
No. What do you mean?
They're taking them into public as a fashion accessory.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, that defeats the purpose in my mind. If you're home with like the red light and you got that wrapped around you and you got some eye patches on, that's what I was envisioning.
No. This is a fashion accessory that they're wearing out.
No, I don't like that at all.
We've normalized plastic surgery to the point where you're going to pretend you had a facelift.
No.
I can't. These guys, though, I'm like, God damn it if they can't find a headline every other month.
I know.
Just when I think they're going to become socially irrelevant, they put out a bra that has nipples poking through and everyone's talking about it. And
I know.
I can't even stop myself. Like, I almost didn't want to put this in to give them the satisfaction of the free PR that we're giving them with this thing.
As if Sage Sisters is going to make Skims go bigger.
We are. Listen, it's a principle. It's a principle.
I know. It is infuriatingly awesome though, because I do have some of their tank tops and I love them. Their bodysuit tank tops.
Yeah.
They're great. So
yeah. I like the fabric. I have a couple of their undies, which are nice. I have the bodysuit, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I can live with, okay, you put out a good product and you're great at marketing. So be it. This just compresses your face fat.
Yeah. This has gone too far. I didn't realize people were wearing it out. I thought this was an at-home, hide it, just, kind of like collagen in your coffee. Just do it because why not?
Some might, although I love doctors are coming out being like, this is not backed in any medicine. And in fact, we think it could be dangerous.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't sound good if you're like tightening. Even lymphatic drainage, they say like if you do it incorrectly is can be harmful. Like
we don't want to get in the way of a Kardashian headline though.
All right. Well, I laughed at your what's on your mind because you sent it to me over the weekend. Sometimes we don't talk about them and sometimes we immediately send each other something funny.
I just had to be like, is anyone else looking at this? Is anyone else having the same reaction to this shenanigans that I am? This is bizarre.
I did not see it. So I laughed out loud.
There's something that angered me about it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm here for that.
But I had showed so much anger in the last podcast. I got to come in a little bit later.
Yeah. That's right. You can really go off on a tangent.
What is that? The Friends where Monica's like, keep it breezy or whatever. Yeah. That's like
you do give Monica vibes at times. I think we're kind of a blend.
Me, you're the one cleaning baseboards.
No, I know. That's why I said we're a blend. I said it and then I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Mm-hmm. But we both want to be Rachel and we're not. It's like
I'm not as uptight as Monica, but maybe I share her anger issues.
That's what I was gonna say. Like you have moments of Monica rage. Mm-hmm.
Tough affair.
Anyways, what's on my mind was something that, of course, if you're going through pre or perimenopause, excuse me, may or may not help.
Get the language right, you 40-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be there soon. Could be there now. Anyways, Andrew Huberman came out with this like clip that is from his podcast where he is talking about if you wake up in the middle of the night, a quick thing to do that's science backed of putting yourself back to sleep. He almost guarantees that if you do it for 5 minutes, it could take you up to 5 minutes, but almost everyone falls back asleep.
Okay, what is it?
Well, I'll post the clip because I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but essentially it's like you close your eyes and you're moving your eyeballs underneath you're moving them side to side.
Okay.
And it's just a little breathing with that. But that motion is supposed to put you back to sleep when you are awake in the middle of the night. And both of us.
So underneath your closed eyelids, you move your eyeballs back and forth?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It looks creepy, but.
Yeah. I tried it last night.
And?
I think it worked. I fell back asleep. I just don't know if it had anything to do with it, you know?
Okay. Well, I will definitely give it a try because it's an easy why not try.
I'll send it to you because I'm probably missing something in there that, like, if somebody listening to
Now,
this,
do you listen to Huberman now?
I gotta be honest, Phil sent it to me.
Okay.
I do listen to some of his stuff. Like, if there's a topic that I'm interested in, I
Mhm.
love listening to his podcast.
Mhm.
I think he gets a little bit too detail oriented and, like scientific for me to love
Yeah.
every podcast. But if I'm into the topic, I think he's so,
I
what's the
used
right
to
word?
listen to it a ton.
Yeah.
It was funny. I sent it to my friend who's a medical doctor, and she was immediately like, "He's not a medical doctor. This
Yeah.
isn't." So I thought that was kind of funny. But
Yeah. I'm
I was like,
sure.
"Well, he sounds medical doctory to me." And Lori was like, "Blah, blah."
Did she have the same reaction to an elbow push for a neck pain?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, if it
Well,
works, it works. And sometimes placebo stuff works for me. Like I'm not above placebo effect. Like if it's only doing it like mentally, I'm telling myself it's going to make me go back to bed and
mhm.
it helps, I'll do it.
Yeah. I used to be a big fan, and then he's just a little bit aggro, like we can do hard things, like we won't drink at all and we will eat zero sugar and we will
Yeah.
work out. It's like
Yeah.
it's a little much sometimes. I'm like a little bit not balanced.
All right, Monica, tighten up over there. We're getting a little bit.
So anyways, from time to
Yeah.
time I'll still listen. I think it's entertaining.
Listen, a gentle eye roll under your eyeballs to go back to sleep is really where I wanted to just end that conversation.
All right.
All right.
Excuse me.
Well,
Let me get some coffee and debrief. Apologies.
well,
to
take a
Tim's.
sip as we pivot to the topic today, which we obviously started in the beginning of this.
Yes.
But it is on 9/2 when the release of this podcast happens.
Mhm.
We will also have our Sage Haven safer messaging app for kids in the Apple Store for you to download and give it a whirl.
It's exciting. It is finally here. Maybe we should. I know we've like been a little bit on this podcast not talking about what it even is, but it does feel like the time to sort of like unveil.
Yeah, and I want to
the
reiterate
why, the
too,
how, and the what.
This podcast is specific for the Sage Haven messaging app because we don't want to continue talking about it thereafter. Like we will remain just fun podcast about parenting topics and whatever's on our mind. But I do think it's important to take a moment to tell people about the app in a little bit more detail. So
For sure.
why don't you kick it off a little bit with just the why?
Yeah.
And then we
So
go from there.
we have a family member, and we're not going to speak in super specifics here, but a teen family member who had kind of every parent's worst nightmare through middle school with mental health and with bullying with friends, with harmful online content, like all of it in a kind of bad vortex really contributed to a mental health crisis. And I think for us, witnessing this and being close to this, it just opened up our eyes to what adolescence looks like all over the world with this much technology in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to oversimplify even our family member situation and make it a black and white thing when I think there's a lot of gray in mental health. And I have not a doubt in my mind that the technology ecosystem was a huge contributing factor.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you and I, with kids not quite at the teenage age, but certainly growing up quickly, elementary school.
Yeah.
This also felt like the topic that all of our mom friends were talking about. What are you doing? How are you doing it? Are you guys going to do the watch? Do you let them play Roblox or whatever it is? It's like, it was just so ever present in our lives in a really authentic way. So I think between what happened with our family member and us being like, oh my goodness, between the groundswell of parents in our own communities, I think you and I just said, there's something here. There's something here. And the status quo is that most kids are getting phones in elementary school. They get access to social media. They're creating social media accounts at 10, 11, 12. And all of this, they're playing Roblox. They're on screens a ton. with YouTube, with group messaging, and all of this is contributing to just an absolute boatload of screen time. So 8 to 10-year-olds are on screens 5.5 hours a day. 11 to 17-year-olds are on screens 8.5 hours a day. And you've seen it in your own community. Walk around teenagers just like constantly on their device. And so all of it contributes to just a pretty toxic online environment where bullying incidents are way up and inappropriate content access is happening earlier and earlier and earlier. And the signs of real addiction, and I don't use that word lightly, but I mean, you can't get off of your screens. And when it's taken away, you lose your mind, or the behavior after you use your screens is so bad. It's like society is off the mark. And I think that's not even controversial. I think people feel that in their bones.
Well, and not even just the screen time that you were alluding to with the stats coming out, but we started to get real data on the harm of social media and what that's doing to the mental health of our youth. And I think that's really the turning point. And then Anxious Generation came out with Jonathan Haidt. Thank you for that book. And it really started to get a community of parents who said, it was almost like a first jump start to one, or the first thing that caught, I guess, for people to start saying, you're right. This is something's going wrong here. We need to recalibrate and fix it. And with that groundswell of people really being motivated around saying like, this is not okay. And the research you and I did, which is we interviewed over 500 people, parents and kids alike in that same kind of messaging age, 8 to 12, we learned so much that every single person is dealing with similar issues.
Mm-hmm. And I was touched too. It's not just affluent areas that are thinking about this. We took the time. We took a year and 4 months of our time to do deep interviews with hundreds and hundreds of parents and hundreds of kids all over America, in every pocket, in every socioeconomic bucket, in every racial bucket. In like, if we were missing a demographic, we went out to find it, to make sure we had our finger on the pulse of what is happening. And I know you and I over time kind of evolved how we were doing these interviews as we started to learn more, but basically I would sit down with someone and I would say, how is your family using technology and how's it going? And then I would zip it and they would talk for 30 minutes, an hour. And then I just listen and I'd kind of ask a little bit, probe a little bit deeper on some of the topics to make sure we deeply understood what was going on. But like, it was so evident that the pain was high.
And specifically, so we narrowed it down. And again, this is our first tech solution, but we narrowed it down to those early years really having an issue with the group chats or wanting to start messaging. Because yes, social media and content is a whole other topic that we'll talk about and tackle at another time.
And video games are a whole nother tactic. We'll tackle it another time.
But parents really felt like they wanted to give their kids an ability to connect with friends, to book play dates, do different things, stay connected through the summertime. But the way that they had access to messaging was not great. And a lot of people would either give them iMessage either on the iPad or whatnot, and then just scroll back to look at messages. There was no approval or parent supervision. Even those, type bark type apps that kind of go overlay about a bunch of different messaging apps, there was flaws with it. And so really we identified a major issue, and that's what Sage Haven is. So maybe we can move into what it actually is and what we're offering.
Yeah. So Anne nailed it, but what we heard in these interviews was real pain around group chat. So we will be a safer messaging app for kids. And here's how it works. One of the things that we heard when we talked to all these parents is like, yeah, but I still want to use iMessage. Like I'm still on there. Or I still want to use, Google Messages, which is the default messaging for Android. Like I kind of don't want to switch. And so between that and us also realizing how hard it was going to be to move everybody at once onto a new messaging app, we have decided to make Sage Haven interoperable. So what you will do is if you are a mom of a kid who's recently started messaging or wants to message, but you've been dragging your feet and you decide the time is right for your family, take a look at Sage Haven. You'll onboard yourself and your kids and create kind of a family profile. And when you're creating your kids' profile, we will create a Sage Haven number for them. And you'll download their new contact information, which has their Sage Haven number. And then you'll share that with grandma, with cousins, with people that you're comfortable with them messaging. This could even be your mom friends' kids that are friends with your kid. So creating their social network, if you will. But putting really the parents in control of that social network in the first few years so that you know everybody that they're messaging. And then you'll be able to approve every single person that they message. So that will eliminate the random spam calls. That will eliminate scammers and people trying to take advantage of kids. You can really control who they message. You can control who they group chat with. And that's part of just like slowing down the ramp, is just being really thoughtful about like, okay, I'm okay if you message with, your dad and I and grandma and some cousins and then maybe a few friends. But like being really deliberate about when you open up messaging to bigger groups, I think is definitely part of this.
Well, and just to clarify, it's a standalone app. So your kid would message through the Sage Haven app. It's
Yep.
also designed for the iPad and watches soon. So we are here to push off phones as long as possible. They do not need a smartphone to be able to message through Sage Haven app. They can start with an iPad. And that is by design, because we would like to push that off and just say, if your kids are interested, here's a great way to get started.
And a lot of parents that we talked to said, I got them to watch, but the group chat stunk, sort of. And so that's actually why we ended up getting a smartphone, because they wanted to group chat. And so I do think we will support all these parents that want to delay a smartphone and want that watch to be the source of communication. But
and grow with the
now
kid and grow with the kid. So
and grow
as
with the
they
kid.
get a smartphone, whatever time that is for your family, it will also work on that as well in the same way. So they get the protective layer of the Sage Haven features, but they can message from whatever device you choose.
Yep. The next huge feature of Sage Haven, if your kid has Sage Haven, is that you can supervise their messages. In our interviews, we learned that over 70% of parents were already supervising. They already have a contract with their kid. So it might look something like, hey, Grace, I'm okay if you want to message a couple of your friends, but I'm going to check your messages, make sure it's safe. And today they're grabbing iPads and they're manually scrolling back, and it's so clunky. And the amount of moms that you and I talked to that had a lot of guilt because they're like, oh, I haven't checked it in a while. Oh,
Well, and it's easy for kids to delete messages, and
totally.
There's a lot of flaws in that obviously manual system, and hard on the parent. So
some of these group chats, these 4th and 5th grade group chats, I mean, they will pop off 500 messages on a Tuesday. It's like, It feels very overwhelming to stay on top of it. And, there's so many dumb messages. There's so many selfies or yeahs or likes or whatever. It's like, it's hard to even feel like you have a handle on what's going on and that you can do it. So with Sage Haven, from your parents' phone, you will have access to the Sage Haven app and you'll log in as the parent, and then you can see all your kids' messages. And because you also don't have time to read them even on your own phone, even though that's better than the iPad, we will create alerts and recaps for you so that you get the right information at your fingertips anytime you want it. But again, it's like peace of mind. You can keep a handle on it.
Well, and I want to take a pause here to talk about the supervision piece, because some of the pushback we've gotten, or when you're just explaining it, we get the question, well, should parents be supervising messages? Right. And are you trying to create helicopter parents? Mm-hmm. So you have a great explanation for this. Why don't you just we can chat about it, but why don't you kick us off with your response to that?
Yeah. Well, we originally are coming to market with a product that's designed for someone who's in the first few years of messaging. So an 8, 9, 10, 11, like this is almost the driving permit to the license. Mm-hmm. And we believe good parenting is supervising in the first few years until they're ready. We are both from Southern Indiana. we kind of push back against some of the helicopter parent safetyism type parenting that we run into from time to time. So what we are going to do is pare back the supervision as they move into middle school. Like, I want my daughter to be able to flirt with boys online and not feel like I'm looking over her shoulder. I also want her at 9 to learn how to do it right, do it well. And I want to coach her for the first few years. To me, it's the same as in real life play dates.
Mm-hmm.
The first time a new friend comes over, I don't let them go in her room and shut the door because I want to make sure it's a good dynamic and I want to make sure that she knows what to do. So again, when they're young, you kind of keep an eye on that. And then you get to know, okay, that's a friend that I trust and I trust Grace and she's ready. And then I let them go play in the neighborhood unsupervised.
Right.
And then I let them go into her room and I'm not keeping an eye on them. It's the same concept. I love the driver's license one because to me it just like clicked, but it's like you don't give your kids the keys to do a cross-country road trip with friends on day 1 of them turning 16 and being able to drive.
Right.
That would be highly irresponsible.
Yeah. It's an on-ramp for messaging.
Coach them.
Yeah.
You coach them.
Exactly. It's an on-ramp for messaging and you taper off of the parent supervision over time.
Yeah.
And I love that because it's so needed in the early years. And obviously giving and empowering the kid over time is exactly what we're designing this for. We really thought about both parent experience and kid experience because we have kids of our own, our nieces, all of the kids that we interviewed were very vocal with how the user experience should be for the kid to love it. Yeah. And it's very exciting and fun for the kid to use. At the same time, the parents get this ability to kind of protect them in those early years. So I think it's the perfect balance between both.
Well, and we've interviewed 226 kids. We got a ton of feedback. What's funny is they don't even like iMessage or Google Messages. They call them boomer bubbles. The way that the user experience kind of green bubble, blue bubble, white bubble, like they don't even like that. They all prefer the user experience of Snapchat. Mm-hmm. And that's the messages all are along the left and it's brightly colored and like that feels young and modern to them. They also love to respond to each other in these funny filtered selfie videos. Right. Which it's not easy to do that on iMessage and Google Messages. So one of the reasons that a lot of the messaging, the number one messaging app shifts in America from iMessage to Snapchat, basically between elementary school and middle school. But the reason the middle schoolers love Snapchat is it's way more engaging. It's way more fun. I can create these silly videos for my friends and send it to them. I will say Snapchat also has elements that I think most parents agree are highly toxic. Right. One of those things is true social media feed of content from anyone under the sun. And I don't want messaging to be paired with all that social media content.
100%. And the concept of sharing locations creeps me out on that. And the concept
Did you see Instagram just added that, by the way?
Yeah, I did. And so I really dislike
so
that
toxic.
portion of it. Yeah. And and this idea that the messages disappear when they obviously don't behind the scenes with data and security. It's just there's a lot of
You know what I think so interesting about that after talking to all these kids? Very few let the messages erase anymore. I know when it first started, that's like why people did it. And their whole thing is like a ghost, but you can press and hold to save the messages. The majority of kids we talk to press and hold every single message. They don't actually let them fade. So I thought that was, again, just interesting learning. Yeah. But through adolescence, Snap Maps shows you who's hanging out without you at all times. It's just a true hellscape.
It's the worst. I mean, it just like there's always ways for you to feel left out just in life. It's just kids growing up in that age, but then you add that to it and it's just a nightmare.
Right. So we tried to take the good things about Snapchat, the engaging, fun things that help you connect with in real life friends, like being able to respond with a custom sticker of yourself doing a heart emoji or something. They like to do that. Yeah. So we hope we're threading the needle where kids will engage and enjoy the experience more than what they have access to today on iMessage and Google Messages, but give parents the peace of mind, the easy supervision, the controlled access to who they're messaging. And the last huge piece we have to talk about. My favorite too, AI moderation. AI, I'm sure you're reading the news. It's everywhere. The tools are coming along in an incredible way. I think a lot of us have the same reaction, which is like, it feels like a lot of these tech bros are moving fast and breaking things and not thinking about the implications of AI.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also incredible power for good. And I'm so proud to be an AI for good company here,
Mm-hmm.
using the latest and greatest technology to moderate the messages. What this means is the bad stuff will not reach your kid. And God forbid your kid try to send something, we'll block it before it's sent.
Yeah, I think that's it right there. If you take AI out of it, because some people don't quite understand AI, we
Mm-hmm.
block harmful messages before they're sent. When it is something super harmful, like go harm yourself or go kill yourself or different things that kids send to other kids, and
Or racist YouTube videos,
right,
or racial slurs, or really
porn
incredibly
clips
severe
or
insults, or
nudity,
porn,
right?
or all of the things that will be blocked before it's sent if your kid's a sender on Sage Haven, and it will be blocked before receipt if somebody else is outside of the Sage ecosystem, let's say on iMessage, and they're trying to send that to your kid. We're going to block it, and we're going to send you an alert. All of the messages on Sage Haven are classified into a level of severity. The other thing I'm so excited about, probably the thing, I'm a product person, but we call them nudges towards kindness and best practices. A lot of times kids don't know what to say, right? Or they're not educated or savvy enough or high enough EQ to know how what they're saying will land all the time. We are creating a nudge, a coach, if you will, to say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this looks like it might hurt their feelings. What if you say this instead?
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what to say? Here would be a really nice reply. Hey, you're talking one-on-one in front of a huge group. Not everybody needs to see that. Click here and move it to a private conversation. These are all the nudge type examples of nudges.
Right.
And again,
Just
like,
educate. It educates
it's
them on how to
education.
start messaging. And
Yeah.
again, as they get older, those nudges go away or will get less and less. And so it's education for them, which is great. And I just want to say one more thing back on the moderation for the parent and the alert.
Yeah.
You get the alert so that way you can understand what it is, because some things, the level of severity ranges, right? And if you read
Mm-hmm.
something, maybe it's not as bad as it actually sounded if you just got the snippet of it, but it allows you to have a conversation with your kid before they are harmed,
Yeah.
which I love. And it goes both ways. If you mentioned it, but I just like to reiterate this point. If I'm fearful too, that my kid might say something that will harm them, not necessarily bullying another kid, but maybe they say something inappropriate that they are not aware is inappropriate yet.
Mm-hmm.
It will block it so you can have a conversation with them, educating them on that. And then obviously, if something's coming to your kid that you don't want them exposed to, it blocks it too. So it just really is kind of a amazing tool that doesn't exist today for parents to use for messaging, and the education piece is huge. I love that
Huge.
part of it.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, safer, interoperable, parent supervised, AI moderated kid messaging.
Yes.
That's Sage Haven. A lot of words there, but I think it's a feature rich thing. The other thing is, people ask me all the time, is it free? Is it free? Is it free? Here's what we're going to do on the business model side. If both kids are on Sage Haven, we'll have free unlimited messaging. So they can message each other unlimited amounts.
Meaning my kid is on Sage Haven, your kid is on Sage Haven, and they are talking to one another. It's free.
It's free. We are also going to give 250, at least at launch. We'll play around, see if we got this right. But based on our interviews, 250 external messages. So if the parent is on iMessage and the kid is on Sage Haven, every time I send my daughter a message, that would be one. She can respond. That's free. So it's, incoming external messages. That we're going to give 250 a month for free. So if your use case is your kid is on Sage Haven and you're talking to them, or they're talking to just a few friends, you're going to be fine on that free tier.
Mm-hmm.
When they hit 4th, 5th, 6th grade and they start being in very large group chats where a lot of the people are probably on iMessage or Google Messages, that's when we expect that some of them, the high users, will exceed 250 messages a month. And then that would tier up, if you will, our unlimited plan, which is $5 a month a kid. That's what we're going to start with. If you have multiple kids, there's probably opportunity for us to do a family bundle or something like that. But really, for the price of a coffee, you can keep your kids safe online. A lot of parents said that was the no-brainer price for them to do this. And they have a lot of pain around this where, they're watching it in their own home. And so again, I hope we got that right. If not, we'll be tweaking it over time. But we do want this free offering so that a lot of people can get the benefits of Sage Haven for a long time.
And what I love about it is it's not feature gated, meaning if I'm using an app and I have to pay to get a better user experience, I get so frustrated. That is not how we designed it. You will get Sage Haven in full entirety for you. It's just when you're using it a lot and you're seeing the benefit, that is when you will have a price. So I love that concept and model. It just makes sense to me.
It also is like, it's the ultimate free trial, right?
Yeah,
it's like you can use it for free for a long time.
Yeah.
And if it's something that has a lot of value for you and you end up using a ton of it, then it's worth paying for. I will also say we care really deeply about aligning incentives with the business.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my, huge tangents, I'll try not to go off too much, but the business model of social media today, where it's ad driven, creates incentives for them to build these addictive experiences that keep you on there. The longer you're on the app, the more money they make. That's perverse incentives for what's good for mental health, what's good for human connection, what's good for joy. That has kind of led us to this bad, toxic darkness where people are addicted to their phones and, these social media companies are making billions of dollars on ads to kids. And it's like, it just, that doesn't sit right with me. So we wanted a clear upfront business model.
Everything you're saying is 100% accurate. It's just giving me Monica vibes again. I almost said like Monica's back.
It's hard for me not to go Monica when I think about the status quo. I'm going full Monica. No, it's just truly, we are a public benefit corp with mental health at the core of our decision making. And we have a business model that will not show you ads, and we will not sell your data. And we are not incentivized to keep you on there forever and ever. Amen.
We are creating this for our own kids and for our community and everyone that we interviewed's kids. And that truly is why I said at the very beginning, I am so in love with our job right now and what we're doing is because how amazing to be able to build and create something that is truly going to help people.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to learn. So give us feedback, continue to tell us all of the things that you're challenged with, DM us different tech issues that you're having, because we hope this is the very beginning.
Yeah. So you can feedback at sagehaven.ai. We will be super responsive. Also, we left a ton of opportunities in the app itself to give us feedback on different things. There's a little question mark up in the top corner. So click that and send us, hey, I was confused on this. Hey, you have a bug here. Hey, I wish it would have this feature. Like, we're really looking to make this something special. So I'm so proud of the product. I'm so proud of our team. We've worked really hard on this.
Yeah.
I'm truly thrilled to get this into the world. It won't have every bell and whistle on day one, but I think we do deliver on the core value prop around supervision, moderation, and it will continue to get better over time. So I would love it if you guys could be early adopters for us and provide the kind of precious feedback loop that we need to make this thing really, really successful.
Yep. And it would be not the topic today if our tech tip is our Sage Haven messaging app. So check it out and give it a whirl and give us all the feedback, like we said.
Yep. And you can, if your kid's socially game, get them off the Roblox chat, get them onto Sage Haven. If your kid's soccer team is getting a group chat together, get your kid on Sage Haven. Check it out. And if you're already on iMessage and you think you're too far gone, the switch is as simple as them sending out, hey, here's my new number. If they're old enough and they're doing that themselves, they would just send the new number to their group and then the new messages would go through there. So it's an easy switch if you're already on iMessage but having some issues.
Yep. Love it.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on to obsessions.
All right. You want to go first?
Sure. My obsession this week is a new makeup that I just got recently, and it's from a brand that we've joked about many times on the pod of who gave us, was it you? Was it Sarah, our older sister? Was it
You're
me
going to
who
bring up
actually
that
said it?
Ilia again, aren't you?
Yeah, but I got the Ilia blush multi-stick, like the cream blush
Okay.
recently, and I don't know why I never had it before. It's amazing. I
Is
got it in a darker color, so I will say I went for, it's called A Fine Romance is my color for me, but it looks darker. It's almost like a berry
Mm-hmm.
than I would normally think. I almost
It
think
feels
with my
very
light
fall, though, of
skin.
you. You're almost maybe ahead of it.
Exactly. But I was kind of, I usually go for like a lighter pink, just give my lighter skin a color, but it's really nice and it's not so dark. That's why I think you could go darker. That's
Mm-hmm.
my one suggestion than you normally do. But it's a really nice cream base. I can take it in my purse if I really wanted to and just put it on and use my fingers to kind of blend it in. But it just gives me a little bit. I like the
Is it in
texture
like
of
a
it.
chunky stick?
It's in a chunky stick too.
Yeah.
So I
Mm-hmm. I
love
like that.
the use of it. And to be honest with you, they have those makeup tutorials as their ads where they watch people and they're doing it and kind of the way they're doing it with their hands.
Mm-hmm.
It's addicting. So I think I kind of like try to apply it as I'm watching them do it on those tutorials. It's nice.
So it was cute. A couple of days ago, Grace said, Mom, can I talk to you? Right before bed, as they do. Can I talk to you one-on-one without the boys around? I was like, sure. So we go in there and she said, listen. When it starts with listen,
Yeah,
she's prepared a speech.
totally.
Listen, I have been sneaking in and using a little bit of your makeup. I have been using your blush.
So how nice of her to admit it. I just see it on Lola's face.
I know. I was like, I know. I watched it on you. I was waiting for this moment. But she goes, now, I won't wear it to school and I won't wear it to sports. But could I please get my own blush? Could I please have my own?
What'd you
Just
say?
for fancy times, just if we're going to a fancy event.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, well, I'm not crazy about like all the makeup. You're only 9. And she
Mm-hmm.
goes, I'll buy it with my own money. And I said, if you buy it with your own money and it's just for occasional fancy
Mm-hmm.
time and we're not like wearing makeup every day, I can live with that.
I
So,
think there's a real fine line of Lola likes to wear makeup too, and when we're going
mhm,
to like a family event or a party, I have no problem with her doing it.
yeah,
What I reiterate over and over again is that like makeup doesn't make us pretty. That's not what's making you pretty. It's just
it's
fun.
fancy.
It's
Yeah.
fancy. It's fun. But I remember loving to put makeup on too with my older
Hmm.
sisters and like mom stuff. I think it's so cute. And it's like we are talking completely different about the Sephora babies that are in there at 11, 12, 13 buying Sephora makeup.
Yeah,
Like that's not what we're talking about here, but I think it is cute when they are wanting to kind of just feel fancy.
I know. And I was kind of like, I didn't want to say no because I'm like, then she's going to just do it
Mhm.
around me.
Mhm.
It's like I want to seem reasonable and keep the conversation open. So, anyways, she's buying blush with her own money now. That's where we're at over here.
So how F around on occasion parenting of you?
Thank you. Thank you. How reasonable.
Uh-huh. All right, what's your obsession?
Is there anything better than like reaching into a coat from last season and finding some money in there or something?
Oh,
I had the
no.
equivalent of that, which
Uh-huh.
was I was doing God's work and sweeping up the floor mats of our cars.
Okay. Oh yeah, that is a job and a half sometimes. It gets
And
bad
it just
quickly.
and my car was so gross, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a really good spouse and I'm going
Mhm.
to sweep up Chris's car since I
Oh,
have the vacuum out.
how nice of you.
I know. And the universe rewarded me. I found a pair of sunglasses of mine that I had been missing for over a year underneath his passenger
Amazing.
seat, which I'm
Amazing.
sure, probably fell out of a bag or fell out of my pocket. It was under there. And I forgot how much I freaking love these sunglasses. The brand is Rain, Raen.
Okay.
The exact one I looked it up. It's called the Kira, Keera is the like style,
Okay.
and it's the perfect square cat eye. We have round faces, and I get it.
Yeah.
Every face shape is different. And you got to kind of,
Do it
not
work.
to bring up too much of my old business, which was in the vision space, but you want to go opposite of your face shape on your
Mhm.
sunglasses side for the most
Mhm.
part.
Mhm.
If you have a round face, you want square. If you have a square face, you want round. But There's
Yeah.
nothing angular about my face. So we got a round little thing. And so the best look for me is an angular square cat eye.
Yeah.
These
And
are
you and
good.
I have similar face shape. Mine tends to
These
be
would
a
look
little bit
phenomenal
like
on you too.
cheekier, but like, yeah, we wear same eye sunglasses style.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So anyways, check out the Rain Kira sunglasses. So good. And now they're back in my life.
I
and
love
I didn't
it.
have to rebuy them. Like,
There's nothing better than finding the old pair of sunglasses. I actually died though, because I thought you were going to say you actually found money in Chris's car. And I was going to be like, well, isn't that great? Did that fall out of his wallet?
well, this was girl math. I feel like I did find money.
Yeah,
I found my
you're
sunglasses.
Right. You're right.
And
That's
they were
exciting.
gone for over a year. This wasn't like a week or two. I couldn't find them.
Yeah, that says a little something about your car, but mine is equally as bad. So I'm not.
Well, I
throwing
think I would
stones.
have found them had they been in my car sooner. But no, I
Mhm.
didn't check the guts of his truck.
Okay, that's a
So-
good one. I'm going to check those out because I don't remember those. So I'm going to look
Mhm.
them up and see if I need to get myself a new pair of sunnies.
Okay. Well, we'll put the link in the show notes, but I was just, what a treat.
And it's like, it's not quite fall yet, but it feels like we're on the like.
People are starting to think about fall fashion, I think.
Yes, I'm already starting to see pumpkin post, and I sat outside this morning. Yeah, it's
No.
too soon, but I said I saw it. I didn't say I did it, but I saw
Yeah.
it.
Well, you're right. I was at Costco and they had that ginormous skeleton coming out of the ground yard ornament.
Yeah.
My kids wanted it. It was like $300. I go, get the hell out of here. We're not
I
getting that.
passed a car the other day that was a Jeep, and it had a skeleton on the back holding on to the tire. You know how a Jeep has the tire on the back of the
Okay.
car? And Ace, I was with Ace, and he's like, "What is that? It's not Halloween." And I was like, "Is that person just getting ready for Halloween,
No.
or is that on year round?"
Fair.
I was very questionable about that skeleton because I hated it.
Oh, well, it reminds me of the ones that act like a dead body's hanging out of the trunk.
That's
Have you seen
exactly what
those?
it was giving, and I was like,
Yeah.
it was really confusing because it had the ducks lined up for the truck or the Jeep in the front, but then the back had a skeleton.
Here's what I'll say. If you're a holiday decor person and this brings you joy, who am I to poo-poo you doing in August?
All right, true. I just don't like the Halloween stuff, but there are a lot of Halloween enthusiasts out there. So
There are.
yeah.
Yeah. And I don't want to yuck somebody's yum on
Agreed. Because I don't want somebody to tell me I can't get my pumpkin spice latte and whatever cliche that I like during fall.
your berry blush.
My berry blush. Yeah, exactly. Don't at me with my berry blush and my pumpkin spice and my Uggs and
Oh, too far, too far.
Ugg house slippers. Are you really going to yuck my yum with that?
You know what? You be a basic bitch and you own it, and I'm here for it too.
I will.
Whatever brings you joy.
I will.
All right, let's give it an old rapski.
Okay.
Monica's needs to go take a break. I got too intense. Anyways, thanks so much for being here. Please check out the app. You can download it in the App Store. Just search Sage Haven safe messaging. Hopefully our search results will be better soon, and Sage Haven alone should be enough. But go search with detail for now, or you can get a link to the app at sagehavenforkids.com, and we'll have a link to take you on over there. We also have Instagram at Sage Haven for Kids, at Sage Parents, at Sage Sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for following along.
Awesome.
All right.
Lilas.
Lila's in. Bye.